podcast.
I like to making podcasts.
We make podcasts from time to time.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to make one here soon.
Okay.
It's time to make, Chuck.
Oh, good. I need to make.
Hi, Internet.
Oh, are we on the internet?
I probably.
Okay.
Most likely. Chances are good.
Yeah, there it is.
Sources point
Oh, are
to
we on the
yes.
internet?
You wrote Ski School's live stream.
Schools?
It's the Ski Schools. I don't know. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post. Thank you.
Good job.
I thought maybe there was going to be more than one, okay?
That's the second one. Ski School 2. Ski Schools.
Sorry.
It would be ski school with a Z because it's
Yeah.
90s.
Live free and ski school.
Thanks, Obama.
Yes. No, Obama is responsible for the New Hampshire state motto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He does everything.
Yeah. One of them Kenyan things.
All right.
Retweet
that shit.
No.
Twitters.
Yep. That's where you go.
.coms.
Yeah.
Bads, movies, fiends.
Correct.
Booed movie
Retweets.
Clicky button. Go retweet then. Hoorah. Yes,
Hoorah.
retweet. Go to my follower.
Okay.
All of my followers gonna see that. Some of you out there in internet land follow me.
Internet name.
Maybe I'm becoming
getting all
old.
this.
Maybe that's what it is. It's like next week it'll be like the ski school.
Yeah.
Go down to the ski schools. Get me a pack of poles.
Oh man, I hope I become Gilbert Godfrey when I get old.
Do you?
That was a little what's his name? Oh,
Yeah, Gilbert Godfrey.
No.
Yeah, I know. You're getting old.
No.
Goes out of
not,
your head.
Not him.
No. Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
No.
What's the name of the guy that sat the old guy from National Lampoon's Christmas
Oh, that guy.
with the toupee?
Yeah.
What was his name?
William Hickey.
I don't know. We
that it?
know we got the pay. We get in free. Yeah, I don't know what his name is.
William Hickey.
We said William Hickey.
Oh, you know his name.
I do.
Good job.
Thank you.
Job knowing things, Chuck.
Thanks.
You're a knower.
Yeah.
You are a knower of things.
Knower of things.
Easy.
It's all right. I had to work up the Canadian
Are
phlegm.
you trying to make?
Yeah, I was making.
Don't make noises.
We said William Hickey.
Hey,
Hey,
William
sorry.
Hickey.
I'm
I
not,
should-
like, once again, it's logged out. I'm not signed in. Why do you keep logging me out, Chrome?
It's okay, bro.
Why?
Keep me logged
Why?
Well, make,
What?
in.
just keep me logged in. That's all I ask. That's
Just
all I'm
don't-
asking for.
Don't navigate away from that.
That's all you're asking for?
Huh?
That's all you're asking for?
That's all I'm asking for. Stay logged in to YouTube. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay.
My Blue Heaven is another thing he was in.
Yes. Let's start. Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm. I like My Blue Heaven.
Oh, and Rick Moranis?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous for you to be in this frozen food section. You can melt all this stuff. Ooh. That's the one thing I remember from My Blue Heaven.
Yep. So,
We should do a podcast where we just remember things from movies. It's like, movie title, go! And it's like, this.
it'll
Yeah.
just be a live call-in event.
Sure. Yeah, people just shout out. It's like improv.
Do you remember this thing? No one still found the car movie, I don't think.
No, I think they did.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's the car.
No. The car, wait, I haven't watched The Car. I did watch Nightmares.
Yeah, wasn't that?
It wasn't that.
I think it's the car. I think someone called it.
All right, well, I guess I got to find a copy of that and confirm or deny that.
All right. I think it's the car.
Well, okay. I forgot that was... I thought that was brought to the table and then immediately dismissed by you like the next week, but I'll go find it and watch it and confirm if that's the car coming out of the ground evil thing.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah. We should talk about ski school.
I know, I was just giving people a couple minutes to show up.
I know.
we don't have to.
Time.
We're bantering. This is when we banter.
Banter.
Oh, I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. I already talked to you a bunch today.
So are you going to talk about all of these movies you watched?
No.
Uh,
Depends.
okay.
Do you have movies in the second half?
Not especially.
I mean, I could bring them up.
I mean, I saw Mad Max again, and
We can talk about that.
that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I could talk about the. I mean, I'm not trying to shill for any, corporations, but I could talk about the actual theater experience of going to see Mad Max the second time
All right.
without,
Well, let's.
I mean, it's not theater specific.
Sure.
That's just they happen to do that. I've heard of other theaters that do that. I'm saying, do that if you have the opportunity, which I will. I'll speak more on. I will say my piece.
All right. Well, we'll get there. We got this other thing to talk about first.
Right. The first half.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when we talk about bad movies.
Good bad movies.
Good bad
Hopefully,
movies.
good bad movies.
Robot Josh.
Second half.
Science Girls.
Science Girls.
Twilight. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll leave. I didn't know. It's a BMFcast plus one ass. I'll leave.
What? No, we're minus one ass.
Minus one.
Oh, right.
But I brought my ass.
Right.
So
well, we had to put it on the poster because we have to net 4 ass.
Right. Ass.
Yeah.
what?
Net ass.
Yeah, net. We have to.
We're gonna
have
go out later and net
we have-
some ass?
It's not a net gain or loss. It's just net 4 ass.
Oh.
We normally bring to the table 4 ass. We're minus 1 ass, so the poster had to bring another ass.
So we're back to 4.
Back to 4.
4
Since
ass.
Net 4
And
ass.
start back.
Which actually I think is a command line.
Make your
net
dreams
4 ass.
come true.
Oh.
To
Isn't that how you load things on a Commodore 64?
I think so. Yeah. Pseudo net 4 ass.
Right.
yes, asser.
That's my Craigslist posting. Pseudo net 4 ass. We'll trade.
M4W pseudo net 4 ass. Or friends? Let's just make jokes.
All right.
Well, let's do 'em officially.
All I said was, we usually give a few minutes for people to show up. I think
Yeah.
people have shown up. So
Yeah, I think we got some chatters.
we got Loki is here.
Uh-huh.
Allie's here. Hula, our fartist.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Hula's the fartist.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I keep wanting to somehow mix flautist and fartist and
Flautist.
Yeah, like a flautist.
Like a Michael Flaherty.
like I don't know, Hula, can you draw with a flute? It's a flautist.
Load the flute with paint and then
Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
that's how it sounds when you play a flute full of paint. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
BTDT. That's how I made all my money.
Flautist.
Official fartist to the BMFcast.
Mm-hmm.
Official. Yes. I was going to make some joke about how we do not pay her anything because we're poor.
It's exposure.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's talk about this movie.
Okay. Just making sure all things are going.
That's a good thing.
All things are going. Now we clap. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast. It's episode 275.
Woohoo!
That's a
Nintendo.
some kind of anniversary.
It's a roundish number. I mean, it's an even number, but it's
2.75.
Actually, an
roundish.
odd number.
Huh?
Yeah, it's
You're an odd number.
275. Listen, 275 is not that odd.
Hey, don't tell me how to math.
Don't you talk
okay, I sorry.
Yeah.
Respect 275.
I do. So I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Yes.
And we killed Mackie.
No, stop
wait.
saying that. He's just on assignment.
We bought a zoo.
On a farm.
yes, we bought him a farm and he's on it.
He
Yeah.
bought the farm.
Yeah, no.
We bought a farm for him.
Yes, we bought the farm
Is
for
that the
Mackie.
expression? Is that how the expression goes? We bought him a farm.
Yes, we bought him a farm.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean we killed him?
No, it means we bought him a farm and he's out running on it and playing. Frolicking.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm buying that.
When I close my eyes, I see him frolicking out in the fields.
Oh, okay.
Even when he's here.
I think you should probably see your Optometrist joke.
Yes, please. Doc, when I close my eyes, I
Perhaps
see my
a-
friend
Perhaps a
frolicking in the
neurologist too. Anyway, what we're going to do is like we do every episode. We go ahead and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie, and we come in here and talk about it for the first half.
We do.
field. Yep.
Then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
All right.
Which is an enjoyable movie.
It is.
Yeah.
However, there are bad movvies.
That's correct.
Stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags, as in douchebags after Twilight. Not as good a movie.
That movie is ass.
Which is like if you could taste a fart and see it.
So very true.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what it's like.
So here we are. Just the three of us.
Oh.
Yeah. enjoying
Just the three of us.
enjoying 1990s
You and I.
ski school.
Ski school.
Ski schools.
Yes. or if you're joining the live stream, ski schools, because I don't know. Apparently, I was not happy with just one ski school.
Ski schools.
So plot summary. That's what we usually do next.
Yeah.
You are responsible for that.
Right. Here we go. Rival groups in a skiing school do battle on and off the. Oh shit! I don't know what that means. Sorry. To stay.
Piste?
Piste?
P-I-S-T.
Is that fucking words for snow? Fuck you, snow people. That's all I gotta say.
Whoa.
Don't-
Hey, take it easy on the snow people.
A piste is a marked ski runner path down a
Oh
mountain for
my
snow
god.
skiing.
I'm pieced off.
Hang on, I gotta hear how that's pronounced.
I just realized I didn't know what the fuck that word mean. I'm not. Look, I'm from Florida. Okay,
You are.
Yeah.
skiing is
Yeah.
it happens on water,
Right.
And I've never done that either.
Also called piste.
Is it?
I don't know.
This is how we make the sausage.
Ah.
Sing it to me, internet.
Sing it. So,
For
it's
fuck's
the
sake,
piece
you
de
gotta open up.
resistance.
Yes.
It's not wanting it to happen.
What?
I don't know. Are you trying to like Google pronunciate this or something?
Yeah.
Stand by, please. I'll make a note of what I have to edit out of this podcast.
God, this is the worst website in the world. Thank you, Merriam-Webster. Your website is garbage.
Pieced. I like pieced.
Hey, chat, how do you pronounce this word?
It's pieced in goodwill towards all men.
I was
Piste.
right, Piste.
Pieced.
I'm
Hey.
Piste.
I learned something today. I learned that I didn't know what the word pieced meant. Here we go again. Rival groups in a skiing school do battle on and off the piste. One gang are rich and serious. The other group are party animals.
One gang would know what the fuck Piste is. The other gang would say it's being really drunk.
Yeah. Ski school.
Ski
Yeah.
school.
Ski school.
Let's all get Piste and go out on the Piste.
1990s ski school.
Uh-huh. So, all right. If I were to describe this movie in simple terms, it's if you had Animal House meets Police Academy versus every other party movie in the '80s, clashing with the fashion sense of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Ski school.
Le School de Ski.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
because I mean it feels like an '80s movie in tone of basically antagonists.
Yeah.
But like all of the Oakley gnarly snowboard pastel neon colors of the early 90s.
Yeah, it's super light blues and yellows and pinks for everything.
Electric colors.
Colors that show up under a black light,
Mm-hmm.
which they do at one point. But
2 points.
So, movie stars Dean Cameron, who most people would know from Summer School. He played Chainsaw in Summer School. That's
All
kind
right.
of his role. He did a bunch of stuff like between 86 and 92, and then kind of, I think he's directing television now or something.
All right.
So,
Good job.
he had
You
himself.
see him around. He's
He's a guy. He's working. Anyone else in this? Not really.
No, well, there are people in it.
Sure,
There are
it's not a
people that-
one-man play.
There are people that look like people you know that aren't.
Right. There are some ladies.
Uh-huh.
There are some.
There's some men and some ladies.
Correct.
This makes up the cast.
Yeah.
I don't believe there were any animals. At least
There's a dog in the background
making
at one
of-
point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, this is that's ski school.
Yeah.
That's in a nutshell.
yeah. So, I guess we rate it.
Yeah.
1 star we're in.
All right, so I realize now, like, okay, watching this movie,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to kind of be a little vague about the plot of this movie because
I don't think we can recap it. It's not really recap
I mean, that's the
worthy.
thing is, like, I'm realizing now in watching this, and our missing man here, Mackie, would agree that probably the reason we don't do comedies is because they're kind of hard to recap.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to necessarily spoil a joke if there is one, and some of the funniness of all this is just in the setups and the delivery of these lines, and that's not something that you can necessarily recap.
Right.
So while I would kind of just say that I enjoyed this movie, it's hard to recap. I mean,
It's cut really weird.
it is definitely cut weird.
It's paced weird. It's edited
It's
weird.
pieced weird?
Yes, it's pieced weird. And paced weird. Pacing. Yeah, it's just... I don't know. It feels a little amateurish. Like, it's one of those movies where someone had the keys to the car, but just didn't have the skills to bring it all together. It's an effort. I'll just say that.
Sure.
It's not the worst assembled thing we've ever seen, clearly, but like in terms of storytelling, it's not well done at all. Because basically you've got what I assume is a ski school from the title of the film.
Yes.
There's a school for skiing.
Sort of.
Right.
Run by this guy.
Well, I mean, let's delve into that a little bit,
Okay.
because there
That's where I
seems
was
like
going.
yeah. I mean, we only know because of all of the accoutrement they're wearing that this is Whistler,
Yes.
where they are.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what it's supposed to be.
Filmed on location in Whistler,
Sure.
British Columbia. I can't-
So you know that's happening there, but it's strange because I guess people pay money. This is what I don't understand. Like, they're not really teaching anyone how to ski. Like, when people walk up, they're like, "Hey, do you know how to ski? Where have you skied before? Okay, you can join the ski school," which is really just we do a bunch of competitions.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at with the not well structured parts of this movie is that it for a movie called Ski School, and you've got what appears to be a guy, Reed, who runs this place. It seems to be a place for people who already know how to ski to come and then join a faction to do something. We never get to see what that is. It just leads to tournaments within the school to win, and they're always won by the guy who runs the school, which doesn't make any sense. Why? I mean, why would people come give their money to a school just to have the guy who runs the school beat them?
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like it should be called like Ski Click.
Yeah, basically.
You know, not like click click, but
Yeah.
as groups. It's basically just like, hey, figure out your ski gang,
Right.
and go join it, and you're probably going to get beat by the guy who wins every
And
year.
maybe you'll come in second place.
Yeah.
Because Reed
Look-
is the best.
Look how good this guy is. If you come to our ski school, we'll make you as good as this guy, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's supposed to be the draw.
Maybe.
I guess, like, if you're already the best, I mean, I get the notion, maybe because of like the tiniest bit of exposition that they give in this movie, that also I don't know what's his face, Dean, I know what his character name in the movie is, was also some sort of champion skier, the leader of Section 8, our misfit heroes.
Yeah.
He actually was like some sort of champion, maybe
He's a local legend.
Yes.
like close to Olympic, but was a
Something.
fuck up whatever guy.
But the movie
it doesn't really
spends
bother-
no time explaining that.
So I'm guessing that like this resort or whatever like got together 8 pro skiers and they each run a team.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, hey, you're supposed to be learning from the team. Oh, and also to prove what you've learned, we're gonna have like a ski recital.
Right.
That it did say ski pageant.
Ski
Yeah.
pageant, yeah.
So-
Because like the beginning of the movie is showing them like do like synchronized skiing and stuff. They're like doing Top Gun formations and bullshit, which they never do again. Everything after that is just one-on-one racing and flipping and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, like there's obviously a battle at this school between the head school guy and his minions, who are all just not fun-loving douchebags who have no personality whatsoever, and Section 8, who are just total misfits who just do nothing but drink and party.
They just
all the
want
time.
to party all the time.
Right.
Party all the time.
Party all the time.
Party all the time.
And that's kind of it, really. Like, a new guy shows up, and for registration or whatever. And he's like, I'm really good at skiing. And Reed's like, oh, yeah? Fuck you. You go to Section 8 because you suck.
They're like,
you got a letter of recommendation.
Where have you skied before? Have you skied?
Yeah, it was like, have you skied with anyone? He's like, no, I mostly ski on my own. Oh, well, get the fuck out.
Jackson Hole. Have you skied the Valhalla? Whatever.
Yeah.
Get out of here, loser.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb and bites him on the ass for no real reason. But, I mean, he's just preppy guy. He doesn't fit in with the Misfits, never fits in with the Misfits at all. He
Not
just
really.
kind of like stands back and is like, well, you guys are weird.
But then it's just like, he goes and joins Section 8, and of course they're the what is it, the Lambda House from,
Yeah.
or the Lambda
Revenge of
was
the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds, but it's whatever, the Delta House from the Animal House. They're the misfits, the losers, the party all the time when they probably shouldn't or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, because it's built on the 80s archetype, they're going to win. Through no fault of their own, they're just going to win because of this one guy, essentially.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing, is like, this one never bothers to like have him actually inspire them or anything, or like really bring anything
Not
to the
at
table.
all.
No.
It's he's
just
I mean, like,
good.
one time he's like, they're like, well, what kind of party should we have? And he's like, I don't, or what's the plans? They're like, party, get some chicks. I don't know, party. He's like, I don't know, win the competition. They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but we'll party first.
Yeah, party first, yeah. But yeah, he's not like shown doing anything like noble. He doesn't like go and rescue someone from the mean guy. There's none of that.
No.
There's
He
nothing
actually is a little, like, at one point he's a bit of a douche.
at the start, he's a huge antagonist. It was like, oh, fuck me, this guy, because he's like sucking helium and reciting Shakespeare, and it's just like,
Oh, well,
sorry, I thought you were
I don't
talking
know which
about
guy we're
Johnny.
talking about. I thought we were talking about Johnny.
oh no, I was talking about Dean. Sorry.
Oh.
Johnny's all right. Johnny just doesn't have any real character.
Well, let's
Johnny
admit,
doesn't know.
that's the guy I was
Johnny
talking about.
doesn't
He's
know.
like the wild card who I think,
Right, he doesn't
ultimately-
rally the troops. And
Yeah,
tell
but
them
I
to
mean,
stop.
he's the straight edge
Right.
guy who really kind of ultimately brings them around, but the movie never bothers to like show him turning them around.
Yeah, he's just the guy who can quietly ski.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like good at skiing, and that's what I'm going to do here. And I
Yeah.
guess if you need me to ski, I'll go ski for you. See you later.
right, and I'm going to be the reason that they lose because they shunned me.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, the thing I was trying to say was that the main guy, the leader of Section 8, he's not anything. He's a catalyst for chaos. There's no real like, I see why everyone loves that guy. He's just like, he's the one talking
Because
the
he's the catalyst for chaos. That's why everybody loves him.
Yeah, I guess. But what I don't understand is like, Reed, the main guy who owns the school, who's a total dick, could totally own the affections of everybody there. But he's just such a dry idiot who doesn't give a shit about anything. Certainly doesn't.
He gives a shit about being number one.
Yeah, but just with a tiny bit of effort, he could have like everyone in the palm of his hand, and he's just a douche to everyone. Like at that party at the beginning, it's just super boring, slow, no one doing anything party. And when the Misfits come in, it's like, we're going to spark this party up.
We are the Misfits.
And just basically play an upbeat song. They start freaking out, like, we got to put a stop to this. Like the girls might do something. It's the weirdest, oddest conflict ever. It's just so poorly defined, and just all the character interactions in this are dumb. It's just an excuse for scene to scene of partying, maybe some boobs, now some conflict
Yeah,
between
boobs.
rich guy and slob guy, and now some skiing for 12 minutes, which is going to be pretty boring.
Yeah.
So, this is just a schizophrenic movie. And the irritating thing about it is that they didn't write these characters well enough for anyone to give a shit about them. But then on the other hand, the characters are so overwritten at times. Like their dialogue is so trying to be clever so hard. Like the writer's like, look how smart I am putting some of these words in their mouth. It's like, maybe you could have spent more time developing the story and less time making these characters seem super smart when they're not really saying anything at all. It's I don't know. It's awkward at times, but there are some good
It's
jokes.
awkward a lot. There are.
I mean, there's weird like
2 or 3 good
attitudes and jokes that hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 80 minutes of party, and then like,
Yeah.
hey, I challenge you to a race because real estate deal.
Yes,
Kind of comes out of nowhere.
but like Well, okay. Here's the weird thing: is that in the beginning of the movie, near the beginning, Dave says, "I have a plan that will systematically destroy you, Reed," and it ends up fucking happening.
Yeah.
Like, they don't explain it to us how it actually happens,
Right.
and they don't even do a very good job of showing us.
No.
But it does happen.
Their plan is just simply like continue doing what we've been doing all along, but we got this new guy that we don't even really know is that good. It's just we got stuck with him, and it works out. That's their plan.
Yeah, but
They don't have some kind of diabolical plan other than
Well, no, he does.
Maybe
he has
he did.
Mystery
Yeah.
benefactor lady.
Yeah.
But is it like did they?
She was there in the opening scene.
Well, okay, the opening scene, which, as you pointed out, is a scene from later in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
I think they were just trying to tie that together somehow because
Maybe.
really it's just mystery benefactor lady, and I don't think she entered into their plan at all. Otherwise, why the first time did she show up and they all go, "Who's that?"
Maybe
simultaneously. There is a lot of simultaneous talking in this movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Like they all know exactly what to say.
Well, they've been living in the same room together for so long.
Right.
They're
That's
basically
true.
sharing a brain. Yeah, you can't really
Yeah, we can't
recap this thing.
blow by
It's-
blow. I mean, there's dumb jokes that to me work better than they probably should, and things that are I'm going to go with quaint. As far as like stereotypes that aren't really funny anymore.
No.
But like but the movie even is like kind of like the movie almost plays it off like that is tired and like why are we doing this? If that makes any sense. I mean,
Are you talking about the homosexual
yes,
prank?
there's a homosexual prank, but then like and like all of that, but like even the movie just like stops for a second and like has the I don't know. It's just like people will drop words that are derogatory, and then the movie will just be like stop for a second and go like my people are not homosexuals, which in 1990 like not many people were generally saying that word. I mean,
No.
you know what I mean? It was still pretty a pretty derogatory heavy world we were living in then in 1990. And I'm just saying, like, it's weird because, like, maybe it didn't. Maybe it's just my brain wanting it to be better, but it felt like the movie was even kind of going, like, yeah, we know that's like the jokes we would make 5 years ago, but now it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Or it's becoming dumb. I don't know. It's just, it's weird and it's a messy movie.
It sort of treated people like it sort of treated people like, hey, you don't do that. Just please don't do that.
Yeah. Well, don't
and
do
then move
like,
on.
Yeah,
Like-
don't do like the I don't know. It's just it's weird. I don't know what the don't do is, but it's like
Well, it's
I think it was almost by like it was making fun of those people because it felt to me like the movie was making fun of those people and putting them in that situation because it was uncomfortable to them, not because the movie was saying, "Oh, it's wrong to be homosexual."
Oh, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And that's
Right.
the difference.
Yes.
Is like, a lot of movies would have been like, haha, they're gay.
Yeah.
And isn't that funny because they're gay?
Right.
Whereas this was like, these people are extremely homophobic and saying bad things, so let us put them in that situation and have it play out and, offend them, and everyone else just laughs because they're offended.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, like
so
the
it's a different thing.
well, I mean, and I think you can actually say that is exactly what this movie is doing
Right.
because like the main guy keeps jokingly hitting on Reed throughout the entire movie and seals it at the end of the movie physically, to which Reed just kind of smiles and goes, haha, that guy. It's not none of it is mean spirited or he doesn't throw a punch
Exactly.
at him or anything.
Right,
It's just
right,
like,
right.
oh, these guys, they're so wacky.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So it's when it starts happening, you're like, oh god, this is going to be uncomfortable. But then the movie's just like, you know what? We're not going to dwell on that. It was just those guys were jerks, and we
Yeah.
taught them a lesson.
I guess the funny thing about it is like it. I don't know. It's just like this movie is kind of all about mischief more than like nobody really gets anything really bad happen to them.
No,
Like I think this is what's different than like like when we watch something like Pinball Summer or Joysticks or something like that, and it was like the antagonists were like just mean and like doing things that could have killed somebody.
yeah, there was attempted murder happening in those movies.
And like this is just like like people kind of like doing wacky things, but like other than like a situation or two that's like outright blatant cheating during the competitions, it's like really most of it is just mischief.
Yeah,
Like like we're party dudes mischief. I mean, everyone's kind of being an ass, but like everyone is being an ass. So it's like some guys are just being a different kind of ass.
Yeah, because
bucking the system by being a different kind of ass.
Yeah, because the third act of the movie is basically like there's this real estate deal happening to where Reed and this other guy are going to buy the mountain and make a bunch of money and everything. But in order to make that happen, they got to get rid of what's his name,
right?
The misfits of Section 8. So they just do a bunch of stuff like you're expelled, and they're like, no, we're not. We like to party, and then they show up at the big thing at the end like party, and they're like, all right, stop your clowning around. We'll just race for it.
Right.
It's never like, get the fuck off my mountain. It's just, you guys, fine. I'll just beat you straight up in a race. Whatever.
Maybe I'm reading way too much into this movie, but like it so many things felt like it was almost like a parody of these 80s party movies, and yet still being one. Yeah. Because like, all right, other things that would happen is like if you look at this movie, like yes, there's nudity and there's scantily clad women walking around, but like they're on the women or they're on the guys just as much as the guys are on them. Like they're all up in like like, well, are you going to get with me? No, okay, I'm going over to this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and like other than one bit of like peeping Tom thing that keeps going on with the
Fitz and Paulette.
Yeah, Fitz and Paulette, and like. Eventually, it's just like she sets him up to like I want you to look at me naked kind of thing, and then it just like looks up and giggles, and they continue a conversation from earlier or whatever about Howling in the Moon, and it's just like even that kind of like resolves itself in like, well, maybe this isn't that creepy because it just it's a thing she really wanted to happen because she was hanging out with Ski McJerkface over here.
Yeah, I mean everyone in the movie is super horny,
right? And that's what I'm trying to say, and it's less like like. Other 80s movies where it's like the ladies are like no and the guys are like
yeah, the dudes aren't like chasing the women.
Yeah.
The women are just hanging out there like, huh?
Yeah.
And the guys are like, yeah, all right.
We
you're here to do us. We're here to do you. Let's do this.
We came here to ski, to drink, and to screw, and in no particular order.
Yeah.
It's really all it is. It's just like which section you're in is the priorities there.
Right.
Yeah,
because that sort of seems that's the pecking where like dudes are going around like I'm in section 1 and they're like whoa really
you ski first
now,
section 8 drinks first screw second and skis third so on the flip side of that, the only thing that's kind of like disturbing about that is kind of the interchangeability of like the three main women in this, how they're kind of not passed around, but like each one ends up with at least two different of the main section 8 dudes. It's kind of like these movies don't really do that. Like everyone hones on it like, oh, I really like her, and then that's the pairing for the rest of the movie. This one's sort of like, well, I slept with her, but now I'm going to sleep with this other one, and that'll be fun.
But the guys do that. I mean, everybody does that.
No, I know. I'm just saying. In this,
it's a little like it's two triangles, and they just like rotate a couple times, and then they.
This might have been where AIDS was introduced to Canada because it's
Here I am trying to say that this is
what the fuck, Chuck?
Lighthearted apologies for 80s, horn dog movies.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying that when you just look at it like the character pairings, it's just weird how so many of them end up with someone else after sleeping with another character in the movie, considering that the cast is so small.
Except this movie actually even takes the time to introduce condoms.
It does. That's true.
Which again, 1990. 1990 was it was like we were pretty aware.
I didn't use condoms in 1990.
Well, you were what,
that's
12?
Good to know.
Yeah, but no. Thanks for sharing that, though. You're welcome. Appreciate that. Thanks for blowing my train of thought there.
You're welcome. You were going to say you were talking about condoms. Like,
yes. Okay. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, 1990. For us that were alive, MTV and everyone was like condoms, AIDS. Be careful.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, at least like again, it's weird because it feels like
really only mentioned.
But that was the only time where sex preparation was being shown.
Exactly.
True. Good point.
So that's what I'm trying to say is like this is weird in that it almost feels like a responsible, screwball horn dog comedy.
Kind of does.
It's really strange, and maybe that's the Canadian side of it. They were just like, well, I don't know, geez, like got to be super polite about this. Hey, like everyone's got, everyone's equal here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's strange, but.
Yeah, it's kind of charming how it will introduce those things that could be horribly offensive in a movie from 5 years earlier, and then just be like, forget that. That's just a gag.
Everybody here just wants to have sex.
Everyone's just having a good time. It's like beer and ladies, and let's all have the sex. And wear a condom.
Is there a plot to this movie, by the way?
We covered it some time ago.
It's the real estate deal that ends up with the get off.
Yeah, there's eventually a evil mogul guy who runs the place, and he's trying to sell it because that's what they always do.
Yeah,
and he's aligned himself with Reed, skater jerk guy,
yeah.
and
Because Reed's marketable.
And I don't know. I guess they're just going to turn it into kill the ski school and put some condominiums up or whatever they do, and plots like this. And
yeah, whatever real estate moguls
this guy
do.
does. The funny thing is,
Moguls on the mogul.
again, talking kind of just over the whole thing is we haven't really talked directly about the plot at all.
I think we did.
This movie drops you right in, bam, and it's there's already this rivalry here. We're just is there rivalry happening already?
Like Fury Road, it shows, doesn't tell you.
Sure.
Yeah, just throws you right in. It's here's what's happening in this world.
But it actually does. There you go.
Yeah.
You've seen this movie before.
Yeah, it's a ski movie. Come on, guys.
It's a Scooby.
But did they even show the real estate guy before he just shows up one day to threaten Section 8?
They showed him in an office with Reed at one point,
Okay.
maybe about 45 minutes in.
Right.
But they didn't. He should have been there in the opening scene. Well, check out this place.
Yes, in most of these other movies, he would have been had several scenes of meeting with business suit guys that were going to take the place down or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's this scene where he comes to their little frat house, which isn't. It's just this basement place where they dwell. And this scene is really good because he's just he walks in, he's just look at you, you're disgusting, and he says something and all you care about is beer, and this beer gets a can of beer gets hurled
he's
toward him.
being sarcastic. He's why don't you somebody give me a beer? And one just comes flying from off screen.
And he just dodges out of the way, and it's just fizzing everywhere.
Yeah.
It flies by.
Somebody just taking their beer that they were drinking, just oh, here you go.
Oh, beer? Okay, here, have one.
They are throwing beers to each other.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
Yeah, and it's in any scene where there's just a group of people. It's just beers or characters are in mid sentence catching a beer, just I got a beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think even in that scene, the guy's in there dressing them down, you misfits, get the hell out of here with your beer, and then beer goes flying, oh, he wants a beer, cool, throw him a beer. I don't think they were being mean, chuck him in the face with
they're
a beer.
oh yeah, beer.
Yeah, hey man, have a beer, mellow out.
They just didn't catch the sarcasm.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I don't want to exactly spoil the ending, but the final scene is, I mean, there's no comeuppance for bad guy in movie. It's just okay, I beat you, so toast.
Well, the deal is that they tie the competition after they get kicked out and party their way back in, essentially. Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, it's at first I was oh really, the good guys are going to cheat to get their way there? But the funny thing is they cheat to get themselves back to where they were, and then they play it straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which again, I kind of like.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's everything in this movie, I starts to go oh, I don't know. This is. I'm okay, actually, they're only cheating to get back to exactly where they were before they got cheated.
Yeah, and then they're okay, here's our best dude. He's gonna,
Yeah, so they ski. He ties the course record, which means that they tie the competition, and so of course they have to go ski the K-12 or whatever.
Death Mountain,
the dome, as they call it.
the dome,
which is take up by get taken up by a helicopter and jump off and ski this impossible
you ski straight
ledge.
Down.
Yeah.
And so rocks everywhere.
And of course our good guy wins, and the deal is whoever wins walks away from the ski school and never looks back.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't even make him follow that because
he's probably just out of his
cool
job.
It. Yeah.
It's just you're no longer leader of ski school.
Yeah.
So here, have a beer, bro.
He's just
yeah, cool. And he's oh yeah, well actually we sold the place, so you're fucked.
Yeah.
And they're well yeah, but you sold it to this cool chick that our good skier dude slept with earlier, so you're kind of boned. And he's oh, well, I'm gonna hang around for the party.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he gets a beer, and Dave gives him a big old smooch.
Yep. And he's oh, you guys.
He's yeah. That's a funny thing. He's just oh, well, that guy kissed me. That's what he does.
Yeah,
that's Dave.
That's Dave.
That's Dave.
Good old Dave.
Bangs bangs chicks, kisses dudes.
Yeah.
What can I say? That's Dave's thing.
He likes
Dave's
to party.
Yeah.
He's Dave.
He just wants to party all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lives his life like Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, one party all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're in.
So, I don't know. Were you down to rating this? I mean, do we have anything else to say?
Kind of. I mean, there's really...
This feels like a quick half.
It is. I mean, I realized as we started this, I was how are we going to possibly try to cover this? I mean, is there any notable scenes you want to reference, talk about? I will say, there's this movie is really good at setting up these really ridiculous. There's these really ridiculous setups that keep being over in like 5 seconds.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like there's this whole thing where they go to this. It's supposed to be the posh club.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like that's where all the section 1 guys go.
It's Reed's
but it's
thing.
still just like it's a bar, and the sign over the restrooms are like boys with a Z and girls with the Z, and neon. Everything it still looks like a fucking club. It's not like it's not like.
But Reed's keeping it down because
it's not some like it's
Mr.
not like
Serious.
the Blues Brothers restaurant where they go in and like with his fancy tie and everything, and
Yeah.
Sausage King of Chicago and all this, but it's not like that kind of setup at all. It's just, but like they go through this whole long thing of like, oh, we can amp this up by plugging in, and we're gonna set off some sort of thing.
Yeah.
And all they really do is just kind of crank the music up a little and turn on the lights that have been there the entire time. And Reed said something like, "This could get out of hand with this high tempo music or whatever,
Well,
fast
he
tempo
just
music."
plays a different song. I mean, the soundtrack is so nondescript; it's hard to tell. But it's basically just a slightly more up-tempo song than what was playing in the background.
Right. But he has some funny line. It's like, oh, these up-tempo songs, this could get out of hand really quickly. Throw these guys out, and they do the comic, throw them out. But like that happens, and it's like, this guy's in there with like, RCA cables and everything for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
All he had to do
plug
was
in all this stuff
change the tape and
then
raise the slider on the board.
And then he walks out and like hits a button, and it's like,
Yeah. Because they're doing this whole thing of like looking up at the ceiling. It's like, oh, there's all these disco lights and everything. And there's all these banks of monitors and everything.
Yeah.
And
Well, the banks of monitors pay off later for
They
the
do, but
the convoluted homosexual scat.
Well,
sketch
that's
thing.
also how Reed is introducing his cool "I'm a cool skier dude" film.
Yeah.
It's really like it's the promo of me, and then they do this whole thing where they send a girl after these two guys to get them to say all these things like, "Oh, I want to have sex with you, I can't wait," and then they match the two of them together,
Yeah.
Right.
Internet mashup video style, and then do this convoluted like, come into the room and don't say anything and just take your clothes off, and
then they have a live camera in the
all,
room.
all that, and then of course the guys freak out like they would, and that's again like I said, everyone's kind of laughing, but not really at the situation, just at them freaking out at the situation.
yeah, it's like, look at this Three's Company sitcom bit that's happening in front of us. Oh well, that was funny.
Like I said, for what it was like pretty lighthearted and kind of good natured, especially like the way Reed reacts. Because there's one follow up scene later that's actually kind of funny where he meets up with one of the guys he's kind of walking around sort of sheepish, one of the guys that was part of this.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right, let's get out there and ski good. And he's like, all right, guy, and does the butt slap thing. He's like, don't do that.
Right. Yeah.
That's like the end of the payoff. Really is really just I'm like, don't do that.
Right.
Like, not right now. Just,
like, yeah. Yeah, it just seems like they have a bunch of schemes that they said we watched them set up for 12, 15 minutes, and then it's
the
like
snowball one. Okay, so this guy's walking around with like a dish tray, like a bus tray full of snowballs.
Well, they're assembling them first.
Yeah, they're assembling them first.
Scene of them putting together all the snowballs.
Yeah, but he's walking around the cafeteria with like this bus tray full of snowballs, and like walking up to everybody. Snowball, snowball two for the lady. Snowball, snowball.
And stuff is happening, but this is also like intercutting it.
Yeah.
Like, so there'll be like a couple lines of dialogue between the main characters in this scene, and then they cut over to Ed or whatever his name, and he's like, "Snowball, snowball, one for you."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then really it's just like 5 seconds of snowball fight because
quick.
something happens and they're just like, oh yeah, well, it's snowball, and then it's like it hits the wrong person, like, oh yeah, snowball.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then
almost
everyone realizes
it's like a
hey, I have
snowball Donnybrook, but
exactly. It's
but-
like how any bar fight breaks out, where it's just like two people start battling, and then everyone's like, "Fuck it, let's smash a chair over you." But yeah, in 7 seconds, that scene ends. It's like, wait,
What do you want? I want 12 minutes of snowball fight. I had to sit through 12 minutes of skiing.
yeah, bust up that room.
But yeah, this movie's just a series of schemes, including, I guess we have to talk about one or else our intro won't make any sense. They do this whole thing where, like, I don't know, Dink and Dank, whatever their names are, the two lead guys from Section 8, Dean and Fitz?
Yes, Dean and Fitz.
Dave and
Dave
Fitz.
is the actor. Dave.
All right, Dave and Fitz are walking by some ladies in a sauna or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, look, they're topless. We should go do this." And
First
he's
they're
like,
in a hot tub, and then they're
Well, yeah, that's right. They're in a hot tub, and then like he's just like, "Wait, no." We can't just walk in there and say, "Ladies, do you mind if we get in the hot tub while you're naked?" They have to come up with a convoluted scheme because that's what they do.
Right.
So they go into the sauna and they do this whole thing where they introduce them to the history of the lambada, the forbidden dance.
They take the time.
This was 1990. You couldn't say lambada and not say the forbidden dance.
Right. Because it was all the rage in 1990.
And
Lambada everything.
They take the time to cut to like Dave and Fitz in caveman regalia, just like saying lambada
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at first I thought they had brought in costumes and everything, but really they were
Right.
they were acting out their own flashback.
Yes.
or
Right.
their own dumb story, which isn't a flashback at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it's just like. I don't know. We went over to the props department and we got some, Islander costumes and a Zippo lighter, and it was all about creating fire
Right.
in South America
Right.
and standing on it apparently, and then
First
going,
they-
ow, it's
yeah.
hot, lambada, ow,
First they invented fire, then they invented lambada or
Yes.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then
it's
they're
just-
like, here's how to lambada. Everybody get a partner.
right.
yes, Dean or not Dean, Reed
Yeah.
wants everybody to know how to lambada by tomorrow, so we're here to teach you how to do that. So
Yep.
ladies, stand up and lambada with us and
Yes.
each other,
And they do.
and they do, and everyone, and they all, and,
And at
everybody,
some point he says, like a sack full of axe handles.
yeah.
Lambada.
Still don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
I need
good
to look
line.
that up
Like-
because when I typed it into the search bar to just so I could like type it to retain it long enough to do the intro.
did it pop up?
Yeah.
So it's
Google
other people
search,
are saying, what the fuck does like
Sack of axe handles.
some Canadian expression that probably means
Oh,
Probably.
no, it is ski school quotes.
Oh, well,
like a sack full of axe handles.
anything.
No.
Okay.
Here, let me put quotes around it.
Good, that'll help.
Hot
yeah,
TV.
that's really
Well, Canadians, there's your homework. Please tell us what a sack full of axe
yeah.
handles.
Anyone in Canada should.
explain this metaphor and/or simile. I'm not entirely sure.
Hey, but they don't really do anything Canadian in this.
They
Like,
drink Canadian beer.
They drink Canadian beer,
Lots of Canadian beer,
but they don't do anything.
What would something Canadian be?
yeah.
I
Please,
don't know. There aren't
please
any
do tell.
moose.
Or I think it's.
I mean, there are
pronounced
no
meese.
Canadian accents.
I think it's meese.
Yeah,
Mooses.
Mooses.
Mooses?
Mice.
I hate
Moosin?
mooses to pooses.
Moosin?
Yes.
Moose.
Molson.
Yes.
Oh.
Molson. Molson is the plural of moose.
Oh.
Yes. Duh.
Come on,
Sorry,
guys.
of course,
Come
yes.
on.
My apologies.
You're right. I guess they don't do anything Canadian.
I mean, they don't have like they don't talk like they're from Canada.
Well,
you know,
they're at a school. They can bust in from other parts of the country and
there are
other countries.
There are going to be people that are better than Canadians at skiing.
Yeah.
in this.
This is ski gregation.
They're
And,
not locals.
and our fartist said that there are a bunch of Australians at Whistler. So
Oh.
there was no Australian here either.
Well,
So
Well, I don't know.
it's
There was
obviously
some
not
possibly
real.
criminal activity.
yeah. Yeah, there was some borderline criminal activity.
There was, but it was not like a place for criminals.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
regular
whatever.
Australia is.
Right.
Yeah.
There was some lassoing and at
Oh,
one point-
God.
that's the most blatant. Like they do all these during the ski competition. The team one does some blatant cheating things. Like they actually have one of the judges loosen somebody's buckle before he goes. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, one of the
how-
judges
like,
steps
how's
on
that-
the binding so
Yeah.
that it unhooks.
Right.
But the most offensive one is that Reed gets like a grappling hook.
A fucking ninja hook.
Yeah. And he's like going down like they're in mid ski.
It's
and,
a head-to-head race.
and he's like, "Wee, I got your leg,"
And
then
everybody's
starts-
watching.
and then starts dragging him
yeah, just drags Dave
Poor
down the
Dave.
mountain.
down jumps and everything. Yeah, it's like all right.
And then he crosses the finish line first. Everyone's like, hooray, Reed won. It's like, did you not just see what he did?
Yeah,
You can't do that.
no, you can't.
on television even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also Canadian.
Yeah, very
See,
Canadian.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
Barf.
All right, let's rate this thing, because I don't know what else the hell we can talk about.
I don't know. It's this review has been as disjointed as the movie was.
It's a comedy without any structure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The good
is
guys
all true.
win.
Yeah.
At the end.
Sure. It's what you
Everybody gets
expect.
to sleep with who they want to sleep with.
All right, I know. I'm pretty sure my rating's going to be pretty high, so I'm just going to go ahead and go first. So that
Okay.
I'm not trying to do that. Like I want to come in and go bam. I want you to actually.
But
like,
you are coming in and going bam.
I want to but I want to like have you guys taper it off to more like reality numbers because I got to be honest. This is a Four Jocks movie for me. Like this is stupid, but this is all the things that I think you seem to feel for joysticks and pinball or pinball summer or whatever the hell it's called.
Pinball summer.
Pinball summer. Like this was the right level of ass hattery for me. This was like the gentleman's ass hattery. Yeah.
Episode done.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it was. it was fun, and I can't explain it. Like everything that should have been offensive was not offensive.
It was bizarrely fun.
Yeah, I actually. I was making jokes about the obvious comparisons to Better Off Dead, right? Because they're both revolve around skiing, and they ski the impossible thing at the end.
Yep.
But like, I think the people that made this were kind of fans of this. And what's interesting to me about like Savage Steve Holland and his movies in general was just like the crazy off the wall dialogue. And I think like it's hard for me to remember the first time I ever saw Better Off Dead now that I have the whole thing memorized. But that's the kind of movie like when you see it, you're like, this doesn't feel like any other movie written I've ever heard, because people are just saying the most bizarre line after the most bizarre line, and I have them all memorized now. So it's not as clever.
Yeah. But
like this is just like you're just getting hit left and right by these absolutely bizarre lines that don't sound like anything a human would ever say, but in a fun way. And it's not Better Off Dead, but I got some of the same joy I think I remember getting from Better Off Dead the very first time I ever saw it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
And maybe that's too high rating. I don't care. I enjoyed this stupid little movie.
Go with your heart, man.
Well, it is too high a rating, and
All
you
right.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay.
Well,
So, go.
So-
I don't know. I
Well,
I don't
Point counterpoint and give me a rating.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with your, like, I don't know the way to say that without not giving it the same rating, or without giving it the same rating. Like, I understand your reasoning, and I think that your rating is fine.
Okay.
It's Chuck fine, though, so it's really trash.
Sure.
Just kidding, no. I don't think that it quite earns that high of a score. I mean, I'm borderline 2 and 3 jocks. Like it's. I want to I think I'm going to go ahead and give it 3 jocks because of how many genuine laughs this got out of me for such a disjointed mess of a movie that still managed to get a couple things right, not be like a completely terrible. Juvenile explosion of filth, like
yeah.
right. You know, there are a lot of movies like this where it's, you know, some gratuitous boobs and frat boy quality activities that just are a mess, and this one manages to be better than that. So, while still being like assembled very poorly,
Yeah.
So it makes the cut for a bad movie, but it's a 3 jocks. I'll give it 3 jocks.
Okay. Well, boy, are you wrong, and boy, are you wrong.
Because you're giving it 5 jocks, aren't
No,
you?
I'm not. I think I can only give it 2. I was kind of between a 2 and a 3. This movie kind of won me over as it went along. Like, when it started, I was worried. Like, I understand we're getting, like, the hijinks and the nudity that this genre of movie requires, but, man, I hate this guy, the lead, and they're not doing stuff right. As it went on, I just realized, okay, these guys are just being dumb, and the not mean-spiritedness of it was refreshing, especially the way it all wraps up. And like the things you were saying, like they didn't cheat to win, they were just cheating to get back to where they got cheated out of. So I like all that stuff, and there are jokes that hit. I just think that the movie's just a total mess in terms of movie making, and it's just like I kept hoping for just one thing to latch onto. Like, please make this real estate guy super evil. Just go as far as you can with that. Do something. Hit some cliche really hard. And they never did. They had them all there, but they just didn't commit to any of them. And just to the point where they didn't even explain the conflict well enough for me.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, I just... some of the jokes really worked. It didn't hit me like Get Crazy did, which was just a movie of jokes with not much story to it, but
Right.
like jokes just kept hitting and one after the other. This one would have one that was like, okay, and then, you know, you'd have some exposition and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it 2. I liked it. I can't necessarily say I would ever watch it again, because it immediately
Give me your copy.
Well, it just reminds me of much better movies like this,
Okay.
like Better Off Dead specifically,
Right.
and then that makes me want to watch One Crazy Summer. And there's a scene in this that the Godzilla thing that was immediately like, oh god, this is One Crazy Summer. What are
And
they
yeah,
doing?
And that's why, that's what I'm saying. I think there were some fans there.
Yeah, so it just makes me want to watch other better movies.
Sure.
So that's kind of a good thing, I guess.
This actually makes me want to watch Hot Dog again.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm curious, like
Hot dog.
how offensive that is. Being, I think that's 84.
84, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean there are other ones like there's Ski Patrol, which I think is PG.
It was a it was like a Canadian TV movie.
Yeah, we don't want that. But there are other ones. There are other ski movies. That I
Ski
remember.
School too.
Yeah,
The Return of Dave.
Yes.
yeah. I don't. Maybe,
Dave's here,
maybe.
man. Episode title for Ski School 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I would probably watch this again someday.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Anyway, when I did my little ski movie thing way back when, it'd be funny if someone told me that I did watch this one. I don't think I did. This one didn't seem like it didn't seem familiar to me. Parts of it did. I think the guy did, and that's probably because of summer school.
Okay.
But like, I was like, why do I know him? The guy almost looks like Nicolas Cage, young Nicolas Cage.
He does. He has 90s hair and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
we done then? Break time.
Sure.
Oh man, I thought we were done.
Now we got to do another half.
Yeah, we
get
do
some
another
chicken
half. It'll be another short half.
Yeah.
Okay. We can take a break then.
Okay, cool.
All right, bye.
All of these things. Yeah.
bye.
All right. Bye.
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 Oh, ears.
Duh. Hot dog.
Hot now.
Hot dog. Know what I mean? Standing in line for bread. We're all gonna leave the room.
What, at once?
Yep.
Has this happened in like a long time?
Let us know if the lights go out.
Oh, I can't. I was gonna turn the lights.
But your room sucks.
Yeah, the room sucks.
Hey, guys. Movies.
Stupid cat.
Yeah, hey, big stupid cat.
Holy shit, I'm a stupid fucking cat.
I'm bringing you this bird because you can't feed yourself because you're dumb.
Yeah.
We need to show this on
Yeah,
the
here.
front.
I was about to. That's what I was turning around to grab.
Oh.
Let's change cameras here for a second.
Stand by, please.
Please stand by. We were changing cameras.
Uh-huh.
Changing the film in the cameras.
Yeah.
I'll go over on here and me.
God, of
For a
all the
second.
movies not on Blu-ray, fucking Ski School.
Fucking ski school. Hey, don't knock it. So yeah, here we go. Here's an LP. Well, I guess it's not an LP because it's a 12-inch single of "When the Rain Begins to Fall" by Jermaine Jackson and Pia Zadora from the film Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
BMFcast movie. BMFcast favorite.
Doesn't mention that movie anywhere on here.
Check out our Rock Lords Tumblr at throw all of the Rock Lords
Yeah,
in
it's produced by Jack White.
Tumblr.com.
Probably not that Jack White though.
Could be.
When the rain begins to
In
fall.
1985? No. He would have been like 8. But yeah, it does tell you that it comes from the Jermaine Jackson album called Jermaine Jackson.
Oh,
But here's the important thing here is if you look down in the corner,
Yeah.
not for resale. It's a promo copy.
did you buy it?
I did.
Someone broke the law.
I bought it surreptitiously. I don't know what's the word. Serendipity?
You sure?
Serendipitous? I don't know.
Yes, Sarah Tempest.
Yes. Sorry, sometimes words don't work for me.
No, it's all right.
That word I don't think I've ever had a good time with.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
I don't think that means what you think it means. All right, now stop looking at me. Stop looking at me, Swan! Ah, wrong lower third. No.
Shampoo is better. No, conditioner is better.
Yeah.
Rah. 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 In the second half, we talk about movies.
So, two things.
Go on.
These are like, not for the show, but just for live stream people.
Patreon bonus content.
I'm really just trying to tell you to watch two different YouTube videos. Number one is that Mentos blood sport thing.
Right,
by the
yeah.
way,
Uh-huh.
you have to see that.
Mentos Bloodsport?
Yep.
It's pretty well done.
And then the other thing is the mashup between Fury Road and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt intro. And the Unbreakable Furioso, I believe, is the name of the video.
Sounds pretty good. So yeah, check into those.
I'm plugging other people
Sure.
stuff because,
Why not?
we're on the internet,
Yeah, we all got to pull together.
Pull together. It's
This
we're all
internet
just-
thing's never going to catch
we're
on
just
unless
a bunch
we all
of we're just a bunch of misfits on the
Mhm.
internet, and we want
We like to party.
Yeah, we do. We like to party. Sometimes ski,
Yeah.
screw.
Yeah,
not in any kind of order.
sit in a hot tub.
Yeah,
Hot tub.
Hot tub.
Hot tub. Too hot.
Ow.
Hot damn.
we like to have sex with the ladies and kiss the guys. Whatever.
That's my mantra.
Yeah.
Man.
Your mantra.
Get it?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, yeah, I know you do. You dig it the most.
Yeah. Unbreakable. I love the explosions and stuff. Oh, and the war drums come into it eventually too.
That's really good. That's so good. I love the internet so much. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the internet's fun sometimes.
But yeah, the drums even come into it at some point.
Nice.
It's good. So, second half
Yeah.
stuff. Did you watch anything?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh wait, I did watch it. While you're talking about old movies, I'll talk about a couple older quick ones I watched.
All
Well,
right.
PSA, if you will.
Uh-huh.
It's not a PSA at all.
Oh, I will.
I mean, it's a really more of an editorial retraction, perhaps, or at least an amendment
Okay.
from a long ass time ago. I won't even
did-
attempt to tell you when.
Right.
I could probably tell you right about when. That's the stupid thing about what we do is I can trace back conversations to what we were talking about generally in preparation for shows.
Okay.
So,
That's a fun fact.
yeah,
What is that
fun facts for you.
heist movie?
Heat.
No.
The Town.
No. It's like The Last Job or something like
Italian
that.
Set it off.
Job.
No. It's called like The Last Job or
The Last Job.
Takers.
The Last Job.
They're called takers
No.
because they take.
One more for the road. The elderly bank job.
Oh, the Bank Job. Yeah, that's good. That's actually a really good movie.
Who's in it?
James Garner.
When was it made?
No idea. So it's modern.
Is it in color? Was it a talkie?
Were they stealing doubloons?
Was there a train?
color? They were not stealing a train or doubloons. It was a talkie.
Come on, internet, help us solve
Yeah.
this mystery.
This is
You
the
got all
this is
these
the episode
clues.
where we have clues. I think it was.
Was
Professor
Denzel Washington in it?
Afraid not.
All right.
What the hell are we doing? Let's make more podcasts before.
No, I got to know what this movie is.
Well, he can-
You can't just blurt it out in the second half without context.
Paul Blurt.
Paul Blurt.
God.
That'll be the asylum version.
Instead of falling down, he just interrupts people all the time. Yeah.
Hey,
Rides it well, no, could they even afford a Segway? It'd just be
it'd just be a tricycle.
yeah, just roll us in a tricycle. It's like, hey, it's starring Gary Busey. I would watch this actually. Paul Blart.
Oh Jesus! Get Asylum on the
Yeah.
phone.
Paul
They don't have a
Blart,
phone.
strip mall cop.
Send him a postcard.
Oh, now I can figure it out.
Here we go.
Who was in it?
Here's a go. Here's coming.
Where it's the thread.
Oh man!
Give us something. Give us a morsel before you just Paul blurt it out.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little bit. Kurt Russell,
Oh,
Huh?
heist movie.
Russell.
Oh right.
Terrence Stamp.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Malcolm McDowell's in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange.
I remember seeing that movie on Netflix or
It's called The Art of the Steal.
yeah, that one.
Huh.
Went straight to
I don't
video.
know why I couldn't remember any of it.
Well, because that's a dumb name. Everyone is in it who's generic now. Terrence Stamp.
Hey.
Hey! Oh,
Easy.
nice shooting, Tex.
What? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Terrence Stamp is generic.
Now he is.
It's like I don't even
Terrence
know
Stamp. I love that triangle of wrongness.
You. Limey bastards.
Woo! All right, let's talk about movies.
All right.
Let's get serious.
Yes. Very serious.
Woo!
I can't do serious. I'm sorry.
Not even gonna show up.
That was the daintiest clap. All right, and welcome back.
Hey, second half.
all right.
BMFcast, half number 2.
Here we are.
Mackie is still dead.
No,
Yep.
he was never dead. He's resting.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He might have been dead the entire time.
No.
He's always real to me,
Okay.
but he's also dead.
Hey, let's talk about movies.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll throw something quick out. I went and saw Fury Road again.
All right.
In 2D this
Smart.
time.
Smarter.
Also smart.
Yes.
Smarter every day. Harlow.
I have occasional moments. Okay, so I think once hyperbole was removed, once I knew what I was in for, I do think I enjoyed the movie more. I also
Good.
think 2D helped because I was able to see what was going on so much better. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't that I didn't like it the first time. I think I just liked it even more the second time.
Good. Watch it a third time.
I might, probably not in theater, but yeah. I have other things I want to see in the theater because I debated because I got there and I was like, I do want to see this again, but I also now am actually kind of curious about Tomorrowland because like a movie like
I've heard polar opposite reviews.
exactly
Like, fuck
and
this movie.
and that's what I'm saying. A movie like that,
Greatest
I
movie
mean,
of all time.
that's actually to me that when I go in like that, I sometimes have the best reaction
Yeah.
because I'm not looking to
making up your own mind.
Yeah, I'm not looking to defend or bring down this movie. I'm just like, well, there's a lot of controversy with this movie. I have to see what it's about.
Yep.
Anyway, I want to talk briefly about the actual theater going experience because if you have a setup like this in your town, you owe it to yourself to do it. I don't really, I'm not trying to plug a theater chain, but this is just the one that's done it here in town.
Oh, did you see it at
AMC.
which one?
Regency for here.
Okay, all right.
They basically redid one of our AMC
Yeah,
theaters here. They've redone the seats and
Is it all the seats or
except for the IMAX theater, which is the funniest thing. Like the IMAX theater, which is now the most expensive, is actually kind of the shittiest theater to go in because it's the original seats that have been there for 20 plus years. So what's funny is I don't know if everyone has it or if they're moving for this across the entire country, but they are leather motorized reclining.
Oh, they're fucking
seat.
motorized?
Yes,
Fuck.
like feet go up and
What?
yeah, there's a footrest that comes up.
What?
Yeah, it's a fucking recliner.
God damn.
What?
Now, like I said, I'm not pointing this out for one theater chain because I know for a fact there was a place when I was in Austin that, besides the Draft House, that was like, we're like the Draft House, but even more like it was something stupid like $20 or $30 to go to a movie
all the
there
seats
because
were assigned
all those seats were assigned, and there were waitresses or wait staff for each like little section that would come to you, and because like the Draft House is kind of just like you've got to do all the work. This was like, I don't know. I think maybe they had touch screens. You could just like order shit.
Jesus.
I mean, it's like super fancy movie going experience or whatever. But anyway, so just saying, if you can do something like that, it's pretty damn cool. And especially considering this was like no more than a normal ticket price.
Nice.
This was like a $8 movie, so it was pretty damn dope.
Wow.
And individual cup holders. I forgot how nice that was. Where you're not like doing that weird thing like, oh, stranger.
Where the person on your right and the person on your left
both
also,
want to use.
you both want to use your
Yeah.
cup holders.
Yeah.
Fucking jerk bags.
Yeah, I mean it's like one seat will have it on the right and the next seat will have it on the left, but there's still always an individual one. Because like the each, it's like sort of like pairs. They've got that little armrest thing that could go down, so you could do the love seat thing.
They're like love seats, yeah.
But it comes down and it's not like some of the other ones. It's a good separation if it's a stranger next to you. It's not like, I don't know, it's kind of awkward,
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's always weird to me. The
armrest thing.
pull the armrest up and cuddle thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Snuggle.
no, I like snuggling with any of you guys or my
Sure.
girlfriend.
Right, whatever.
It's just like uncomfortable in those seats.
Well, like I said, this is a little. This
Those
is a
are
little
those.
different,
Yeah. You just
I don't know.
flip
I'm
up
just
all
saying,
the
like
armrests
I said,
and go
I'm
crazy.
not promoting one theater chain or another. Just if you can do this, do it.
yeah.
I think they're just trying different things. I think the concession prices went up so that the ticket prices didn't have to, which is good or bad depending on your point of view.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're trying whatever premium features they can try to get
Get
people
people
into the
back in the
theater
theaters, yeah.
instead of actually tackling the problem, which is people disrupting movies.
Sure.
They're
especially at that. I mean, that
Right next to that reclining button needs to be a report button.
a call button.
that would be sweet.
Seriously, it really does. Because there was a guy down in my row that could not check his phone every 20 minutes, despite the 5 things that come up before a movie now that say, turn your damn phone off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
my
guarantee
right.
you have nothing going on that's that important. And if you do, why are you in the movie?
Yeah.
And this is Fury fucking Road. Like, you're going to tell me you're bored?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't deserve your hero.
I forgot I had my phone
This isn't
with
the
me
fucking
during that.
English
Oh, yeah.
patient.
It's like-
This is,
I wanted to check my phone during Ultron, but Fury Road, I was like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so
do I even exist?
that's
You
my second viewing talk about that.
Cool.
What else we got?
Well, 2D on this is still on Fury Road. for a
all
sec.
right.
Did you feel the same way about the shit coming at you on the screen?
Oh, that
part?
shot's still dumb.
Yeah.
That shot should go away.
And then I know our good friend Green Kept made mention of the fact that he saw it in 2D and saw some artifacting and stuff that he didn't like. Did you notice any of that? Because I wasn't watching it with like a serious like, oh, let me
Yeah,
pick
and
this
I wasn't
apart.
either. I just there was a couple shots that like were pretty obviously CG. Like anytime cars when cars left the ground and it wasn't because of a jump, like when the storm sucked them up or
Yeah.
an explosion,
Yeah.
kind of thing happened. That's when it looks CG. And like that one where like that kind of truck wrecks and you see like 6 guys get crushed by it. It's like, okay, that's pretty CG,
Right.
But no, I mean, it still looks phenomenal. I mean, especially by comparison to most other, action and other special effect type movies.
Yeah. Those were the only shots, the inside the dust cloud and the shit coming at you. Those were the only shots that I saw that
needs to go away. That
bothersome.
shot, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, like, the blowing up part, but not the shit flying towards the screen.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a shot just for 3D.
Yeah.
Like they should take that out for home video and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Because I mean, come on,
Yeah.
who needs that?
But
All right.
anyway,
So, should I talk about some movies?
other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, before I get to the marathoning that I did, I watched Southland Tales again,
I'm sorry.
which I saw when it came out, and then wasn't here for the episode that you guys did.
Gotcha.
Man, that movie is a train wreck. It just like what?
It's several different kinds of train wrecks.
It's
too.
all kinds of train wrecks. It's so proud in its ineptitude of just like not telling a story, but it's telling it so hard. Like, guys, this is the most uber important cool shit movie ever, but fuck all if I know what's happening in it because, and I get it. There's like graphic novels I have to read, but whatever. I'm not going to.
Well said.
It's just But like even after watching it, I was like, you know what? I'd give that guy another shot.
To what?
Make Southland Tales.
Oh,
Like, take what you've learned from that hideous train wreck of a movie you made and do it again. Same actors, everything. Do it again.
Do you
make it
learn
right.
anything from
Why-
that movie?
wait.
No.
From making that movie?
I think he learned what not to do.
do you?
Although
really?
then he made the box, which was even worse. But
Well, wait, what? How's the box worse?
the box is fucking terrible, dude.
I saw it. What's terrible about it?
The box is terrible.
It's mediocre at best.
That it takes such a good story and
Mediocre
then
at
tacks
best
on
is-
another hour to
is
it.
close to terrible.
It makes that
Well, I
short
just mean
story into
it's-
bullshit.
Average. I don't know. It's just,
I love that short story so much, and
Okay,
then
there you
what
go.
they turned it into is just.
oh, so it's like that sort of thing. I don't know. It just doesn't.
It was a 30-minute episode of The Twilight Zone that was perfect, and then it's like, oh, we got to add another hour to it, and it's just like, eh.
I don't know. I mean, compared to Southland, if you're saying it's worse than Southland Tales. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I Southland
I mean-
Southland Tales, as bad as it is strangely watchable.
Yeah.
It is fascinating to watch. Like, wow, this is a thing. This just full speed ahead, and we don't know what we're doing.
So I mean, I don't know. Other than like the musical bit, like most of Southland Tales feels like a. I mean, wow, you got to watch this in like almost the Ford Fairlane, like I don't want to watch this like travesty of thing.
I don't know. There's nothing really in it that's insulting.
No, it's not like that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just it's on the level of like it's a train wreck, but
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
necessarily want to watch it.
No,
again.
and I mean, it had been 6 years since I saw it, and
Okay.
it'll probably be at least another 6 before I would like, maybe I should give that another shot, but
I honestly haven't even gone back and watched Donnie Darko since I've seen Southland Tales. That's how much that movie hurt me. I was like,
I haven't either.
Because like that's the thing is like I know Donnie Darko has its staunch defenders and its staunch haters, and I'm on the side of like that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, and I kind of don't want to taint it with like my view of him post Southland Tales. I just kind of want to leave it at that and be like, I enjoyed it when I watched it. I don't care beyond that.
Yeah, I liked Donnie Darko.
You know, that's really where I'm at with that. That's just how much I dislike Southland Tales. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was, a unique experience, again, just watching a movie that's a total mess, and
Sure.
a mess from the opening frame. Just like, we don't know. But then, like, holiday weekend, what I usually do on holiday weekends is some sort of themed marathon, because I don't like going out when all the other people are out. I like staying in.
Huh.
So whenever there's a holiday weekend, there's always some like 90s movie marathon, 80s movie marathon, whatever. So this
And
weekend,
outside is a life marathon, Chuck.
I don't want any part of that.
Oh, okay.
I just want to watch movies. So it was 70s movie marathon weekend, which was just basically like me and my wife made a list and was like, I haven't seen that, haven't seen this. Either introducing a movie to each other or something neither of us had ever seen.
Okay. I want to hear more about the ones you haven't seen.
Started with the Omega Man. Hadn't seen that before.
Oh, okay.
That movie starts out bad, gets kind of good. It's super trippy and weird. Not even close to the source material. Not even close to any other thing that's attempted the source material. It's so weird that they've never really adapted that source material properly. They just everyone keeps putting their own spin on it, so that's really strange. But I don't know. It's kind of entertaining as it goes along, and it's got weird music.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so.
It's also been a long time since the cat has actually walked in here in the middle of a podcast.
Special cameo by BMFcast.
Yeah. Meow meows.
Hello. Are you telling me something?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a cat break, everyone.
Hello. You want to be on the live stream?
Yeah.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that. Cat interrupts break.
How you doing? Yeah? Do anything important out there? Yeah.
It's because Mackie's not here. He's usually like afraid of Mackie.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he does have no soul, and I think cats can sense that.
They can. Yes.
You good kitty?
Yeah, Gingers and Mackie
Good kitty?
have no soul.
I can go for some ginger Mackies right now.
I'll take a ginger Mackie roll.
Yeah. All right, seriously, you got to go away now, cat. Sorry.
go do algebra.
We love you,
Algebra,
but
get outta here.
Go do things. Thank you.
She just runs.
And scene.
All right, so what was after Mega Man?
After that was Jaws 2. We'd both recently watched Jaws within the last year and a half or so. So
Okay.
she had never seen Jaws 2. She had never seen Jaws.
I don't know that I've ever seen Jaws 2.
Holy God. Okay, so for me, growing up, Jaws 2 was like the ABC summer movie every year. Like every year it was like, oh, ABC's running Jaws 2. Dope, let's watch that. So I know Jaws 2 very well. I have a fond nostalgia for Jaws 2. Jaws 2 is a bad movie, but I look at it this way. Jaws 2 is a good Jaws 4.
Okay.
Because it takes the same, sharks are taking this shit personally theme and does it a lot better.
Huh.
It's immediately posed. Like, Roy Scheider's like, do you think that the shark I killed sent a signal to other sharks and that's why this shark is here now? And there's this scientist lady who's like, no, that's dumb. But then he's like, or is it? It's like, and then the movie is like really hyping it up that the shark is just offshore watching him when he's having conversation. It's dumb, but it's done fairly well.
Because I got to be honest, I know I've seen scenes of Jaws 3 because they like to show that on TV despite it being the 3D one.
Right.
With all of it's done oh, look, 3D.
Oh, you want to talk about shit flying at the screen for bullshit reasons.
Yeah,
that's
Jaws
3D.
Well, they just loved showing that on TBS back in the day, even though it was always it's a floaty arm that was in 3D, but you're not seeing it that way.
Yeah.
But so I know I've seen scenes of that, but no, I think besides the original Jaws, the only one I've seen all the way through is Jaws 4.
Jaws 2, it's easy to watch because it's most of the same people from the first one.
Okay.
It's kind of a logical story of, I've dealt with this before. I know it's a shark, and everyone in town's like, there's not another shark, you idiot. Come on. It wouldn't happen again. And he's like, dude, it's a shark. I'm telling you. So there's that, and he gets his good redemption moment of, yeah, it's a shark. I told you. And man, the way he kills the shark at the end of this is so good. The movie's not bad up to that point, but man, that scene just sells it. It is really good. For a while before I had rewatched Jaws and Jaws 2 again as a sentient adult and not a child, I always thought Jaws ended the way Jaws 2 ends. That's how much I like the ending of Jaws 2. So, as technically skilled as Jaws is, Jaws 2 is equal parts dumb. It's just dumb. It's like I said, it's Jaws 4 basically with the revenge thing, but done a lot better and 70s and
okay.
So you should see Jaws 2. You really should.
All right, I'll get it right on that.
Okay, thanks. By the way, Jaws 2 not on Blu-ray. Ski School on Blu-ray.
Well, I think they made a fine choice.
Well, you see Jaws 2 first, and then we'll see. We watched a pair of Al Pacino's 70s films, Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon.
A pair of chinos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pants.
Watched them. The 70s, man, were just Pacino. That decade was just man, make another Pacino movie because he's really fucking good.
Yeah, he was kind of on, wasn't he?
Yes. In everything. Serpico is great. Dog Day Afternoon is great.
Yep.
I'd seen them both before, but not...
It had a little bit to do with Sidney Lumet, too, but
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Sure. I mean, that guy's good. And it's weird how totally different those two movies are, and how totally different Pacino is in both those movies.
Or Lumet, if you prefer.
Sure. But man, just New York flavor movies, you just don't get that anymore. That just not even shitty bombed out New York that you would see in a shop, but just the entire movie just taking place in grime. Every police station is just gross. There's no lights on anywhere and there's trash everywhere. It's just 70s New York. I don't know how New York survived out of it. How it continued on and how they decided to clean it up and actually make it sparkly and shit because...
Disney.
Yeah, I guess, but man, 70s New York. Watched the original Rollerball.
James Caan.
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie's not good.
Not really, no.
It's just...
Don't worry, New Rollerball's not very good either.
I know it's not going to be. I'm going to watch it anyway just because...
It has been Kiernan, but yeah.
Yeah. Rollerball started, and it's wow, this sport's awesome. Roller derby and motorcycles and basketball and the deaths and people getting set on fire. This is the best sport ever. But it's that movie's trying to say something, but who the fuck knows what it is? Because someone said to me on Twitter after I was talking about how it didn't make any sense, it was basically all the corporations have taken over the world, and they're no to individuality, except for the individuals that we make superstars, and then try to take it away from them because no individuality. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. They build up James Caan as like this big mega superstar, and then they're like, time for you to go away because you're getting too popular. But they're the ones who did it, so it's just, I don't know.
Yep.
It's got a neat look to it, though. It's that kind of 70s future where they just would find every weird-ass building in the world and film in it. So it's just, it's like a small little tower with big, like, giant balls on the outside of it, and they would just like, this is the home of energy, you know, and stuff like that. Just
Ooh.
yeah.
I want to go to the home of energy.
just
coming in. Everybody coming in. Oh, would you like some tea? Oh, yeah, just check out my fridge.
Pure energy.
That's energy at home. Sorry.
So the dark horse of the weekend was this movie called Lifeguard.
Okay.
1976.
Hasselhoff.
Sam Elliott.
Sam
Elliott is a 30-year-old lifeguard, and he's hit like the movie is treating it like his life is half over. How dare he still be a lifeguard? Change your life, Sam Elliott.
Guard.
Grow up, be a man.
Okay.
And he's like, nah, man, I just want to be a lifeguard because this shit's awesome and chicks, and I get to hang out in the sun. And the whole movie is basically trying to change him out of being a lifeguard.
Okay.
It's amazing. This movie is amazing.
Is it now?
Yeah. In
right.
in a terrible way. I mean, it is pure melodrama bullshit, but it's all the Sam Elliott you want. Big mustache Sam Elliott.
Okay. I was going to ask. I was like, are we talking mustache Sam Elliott?
Yeah. Big, glorious mustache.
So I've dealt with mustache Sam Elliott.
Yeah, no.
I do not want that.
No, that's not what you want. That's weird. That's like a Dark Crystal character. You don't want that. So, but yeah, I think it's on Netflix. So you need to check out Lifeguard.
All right.
Maybe we need to check out Lifeguard. That's the kind of movie it is.
Huh.
Man, it's just solid. It's good stuff. Yep.
Solid.
I'd never seen All the President's Men.
Well, how
It's hard to get them all in a room together.
Yeah, and so many of them are dead. So
Yeah.
well,
Well, it depends on which president. I mean, you could probably get all of them together that are one president's men.
Okay, all the one President's Men.
Yeah. Especially like the more modern you get, because like they're probably half ladies, and if you're specifically looking for all the president's men,
Some of them might still be alive as
Yes.
well.
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That
so less
helps.
people, more
Yeah.
aliveness.
Right.
That's a good idea.
But
I watched-
they're also very busy. So
True.
Oh, cabinet meeting. You can catch
Yeah.
them all there.
I could go to a cabinet
Pokemon.
meeting.
C-SPAN.
Yeah. No, it's the movie about Watergate.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
right.
boring.
Yeah.
It's not boring. The movie's fascinating.
Is it?
Yeah. But it was funny watching it, realizing that it was funny going through these movies and pretending like we were teenagers. Like, what are these things on screen? What are telephones? What are phone books? What are typewriters? What are newspapers? Who are all these people working? You know, it's like
Chuck, that's called Alzheimer's.
it was pretend.
Oh, okay.
We weren't actually doing it.
Oh, okay.
We were just pretending like kids
I
react
gotcha.
to 70s movies.
Because for a second there, I thought you should know what all these things are.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's just, it's fascinating how everything in All the President's Men, aside from maybe automobiles, are foreign to any teenager. But that movie's still great.
okay.
It's for a movie that is just basically an investigation with no supreme revelations of any kind. It's just putting point A to point B to point C and follow the money is basically from that movie. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's remarkable what they're able to do. So
It's a good movie.
yeah, and then we finished with Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, the movie sucks. All right. Moving on.
What?
I'm kidding.
You damn well better be kidding. Close Encounters is a goddamn masterpiece.
I know. I've heard that. That's my joke. That's like
I
saying
know.
Citizen Kane is terrible.
I know.
Or Casablanca. Boo.
It is surprise. That's probably one of the Spielberg movies I've seen the least.
Okay.
And every time I go back to it, I'm like, I should watch this movie more. I mean, this movie is the Spielberg you want. Like all of the like. It's not so saccharine sweet. I mean, it's really kind of disturbing in a lot of ways and unpleasant in a lot.
Yeah, and actually, that's why I honestly, I mean, even though it's kind of a horror movie, I think my favorite Spielberg is Jaws, which is probably why I never wanted to watch these other movies. Because to me, that's the perfect Spielberg movie.
No, it is. I'm just saying, like, Jaws really didn't have like the Spielberg camera push. You know, the things that people ape when they're doing a Spielberg thing, like the zoom in to people looking at something and wonder, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jaws is famous for the the track zoom or whatever.
No, I just that kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's that level of quality to where like you think you're getting one thing, but not really. Like you think maybe the aliens are friendly, and then there's some horrific shit happening, and the human conflict is kind of disturbing, and the whole like family.
Yeah, basically abandoning his family.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
I mean, it's
kind of weird.
It's all very weird. It's all very strange, but it all very much works. And we watched. There are 3 versions of this thing now.
Yeah, I know.
So I had never seen the most recent version, which is the director's cut, which kind of puts a bunch of stuff in from the special edition, but then takes out the him and the ship at the end stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I haven't seen the ship and stuff on the ship in a long time.
Yeah.
But she's just lost her goddamn mind. Where's Mackie? Where's Mackie?
Hey, listen, we're trying to do a show here. Slice of shit.
Slice of shit. You take that back. She's a nice cat.
Hey, fuckface, why don't you go?
I mean, it's nice to see you and everything.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'll pay more attention to you in like half an hour, okay?
Yeah.
Go.
We're almost
Go
done
on.
here.
Have cat. Go on. No.
Okay.
We're done. We're done. No, I mean, I haven't seen the version.
Sorry. She's looking mournfully in the room.
Okay.
And she's looking down now, but she's like,
Yeah, whatever.
I haven't seen the special edition or whatever it is one with the stuff on the ship at all. And like
Ever?
I don't. Maybe ever.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's even like a special feature on the Blu-ray. I think it's just like, no, this doesn't happen. I think the thing I remember, the scene I did not remember in watching the whatever. I think we have the same Blu-ray probably.
Probably. There are 3 versions on the disc.
Yeah. Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I need to go look. But the one I remember is the scene I didn't remember was the like. I knew he had all the dirt in the house, but like that when he's throwing all the plants in there, I don't think that was in it.
It
or
was,
like where all the neighbors come up and are like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like,
there was one version it wasn't in.
Okay.
I think it was in the special edition, and now it's in the director's cut also.
Okay.
So, because when that scene, I was like, I don't remember this happening at all.
I mean, I remember him having dirt and building the mountain in the basement or whatever,
Yeah.
but I don't remember him getting the dirt in there. It was
Yeah,
like,
there's a long
what
scene of
have you
him
done?
just throwing garbage into his house, and
Yeah.
his parents or his family's just like, "We're leaving because you're insane."
Yeah.
But yeah, went back and then watched like the end of the special edition, which is the 1980 version. You don't need that scene. That scene of Richard Dreyfuss in the ship. No, just stupid.
Okay.
Didn't need it. But PSA: if you have not seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you are missing out.
Well, yes.
There are probably some people listening who are at that stage of, well, I haven't seen. That's kind of a weird one.
I wish I could go back because I know I saw Close Encounters after I saw E.T.
Yeah.
I think, like, don't get me wrong. I think like, E.T. has gotten some bad rap over the years. Like as it's become older, E.T. is still a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Like that swell at the end from like the second, like the whole third act starts is just like that's probably one of the best third acts in movie history.
Yep.
But I wish I could go back and have seen Close Encounters first.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I could have, but
I didn't see Close Encounters first until way after E.T. Like, I was a teenager working at a video store. I was like, I should probably see this.
Anyway, but yes, no, you should definitely see. And if you haven't seen it either, please, for me, do that. See Close Encounters first, and then wait like 6 months to a year, and then watch E.T. Because, I mean, only because like that was like how he basically pitched it. It was like, well, what if one of them landed and got stranded?
Yeah.
What it might be this movie.
And there's some very similar imagery in Close Encounters that as I was watching, I was like, oh, this is clearly like from E.T. He was like, I'm going to expand on this scene because there's a lot of that. So
watch Close Encounters first and then E.T.
Watch them in release order that came out.
Yeah.
Because it's been long enough since I've seen either of those that I don't remember. I mean, I remember what everybody remembers from E.T., but I don't remember
I do too.
much beyond that.
I don't think I've seen E.T. since it came out on VHS.
That's probably
like when that like green videotape came out, that it was like, this is the first videotape you can buy.
Yeah. That was it. That was the one. It was like, oh, hey, it's a $20 videotape.
Yeah.
It's not 90 or 130 or whatever rental price they used to be.
That, I think, was like the last time I've seen it. I should really watch that again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's really
I mean, I've always supported it. My wife hates that movie.
Oh.
And at some point, I'm going to have to sit her down and be like, you're going to give this a fresh look. Cause,
especially if you just did Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Go off of that and say, like, give this another try.
Yeah. She's been anti-Spielberg for some reason. Not, like, for any particular reason. Just like, that guy. And it's like, every time we watch, like, Jaws and Close Encounters, she's like, wow, that's really good. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, this guy's really good. He's not as good now.
Moments.
But, back when he was hungry, he was, doing work.
So I'll piggyback off of that. I watched a couple of older movies.
Oh,
Mostly kind of like I'll go with apology, if you will, or at least a second chance.
go on.
Going way back into the BMFcast archives, I believe when we were originally pitching the idea of animation, somewhere along the way, I got on a rant about what we were talking about possibly doing the movie Rover Dangerfield.
I remember that.
And I badmouthed Rodney Dangerfield in general. I said, look, he's fine in Caddyshack, just his shtick doesn't really work for me.
Okay.
So what do you think I did? I watched 2 Rodney Dangerfield movies.
All right. I hope I know which ones they are. Go ahead.
I watched Back to School.
There you go.
Because, it's Back to School, and it's one of his only starring vehicles. And I watched Easy Money.
Okay.
So I'd seen Back to School, but it had been a really, really, really long time, and I'd never seen Easy Money. And this all basically, in a nutshell, came about because of a coworker of mine is a big Rodney Dangerfield fan. Yeah.
In this day and age?
Oh, yeah.
That's weird, but okay.
Well, he's older than me, so,
I just, even still, for someone at this stage to say, I'm a big Rodney Dangerfield fan.
Well, whatever. There's more to it, but whatever.
Okay. I accept,
Gets no
I accept
respect.
the premise.
Yes.
Yes.
It came up that I was like, hey, I know you like Dangerfield a lot, and I've got it, I think he was like listening to some of the podcasts. I was like, look, there may be a point in time where you come across me bad-mouthing Dangerfield. I apologize. And so I was like, to be fair, I'll watch any movie. I'll go watch these again. And, so Back to School is kind of weird. There's really funny lines in it, but that movie kind of, on a whole, is got a really weird message. If you look at it I know it's the 80s, and we just kind of finished talking about the kind of screwball comedies, but
Yeah.
That's a really weird message where it's just kind of be a fuck up. It'll probably work out for you. That's kind of the ultimate,
Be a fuck up with money.
Yeah, yes, sort of.
You could just buy your way out of fuckery.
Right. It's kind of strange. It's a weird moral. And Easy Money is a really weird movie because again, it's a fuck up thing. But have you ever seen it?
I've seen it one time,
Okay.
a long time ago, and I've seen Back to School 100 times. I
Okay.
love Back to School, but for some reason, Easy Money always escaped me.
Yeah, it's a strange movie, and it's almost a weird time capsule piece now because it has that. There are so few movies I can think of that capture this, and maybe I just haven't seen the right ones. But that early to mid '80s look, especially for comedies, is a very strange time.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters has it, and then rises above it. I think slightly. There's just a look.
Yep.
And Easy Money has it, and Neighbors, the Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi one has it, and there's just there's a small window of movies that just had a very unique look to them.
Yeah.
Lighting and set decoration wise, even Christmas Story kind of has it too.
Yeah, and I think it was because those were primarily filmed on backlots,
Yeah.
instead of in the real world. Because Trading Places has a look, and Dr. Detroit has a look. Just that early '80s comedy has that weird look. It's the film stock they use.
Sure. Well, Trading Places, to be fair, did a lot in real New York buildings and stuff. But
It did.
yeah, I know there were some parts that were definitely sets in the houses and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. It's an interesting little movie, and I did find myself there's some funny shit in that, especially just character interactions between Dangerfield and Joe Pesci.
Right.
There's some funny stuff in there, I'm retracting a little bit. I'm just saying, maybe I was too harsh on these latter day sins of things like Ladybugs and Rover Dangerfield.
Well, sure, that stuff is garbage, but Easy Money's the one he has to give up something for
He's
30
basically
days. Stop being Rodney Dangerfield for 30 days.
Yeah, he's basically kind of a lecherous, booze, drug using, gambling guy.
Yeah.
And his mother-in-law dies, and part of her will is people will be watching you, and if you don't give up all your bad habits for a year,
Okay.
you don't collect my inheritance, which is millions of dollars.
Sure. Easy Money.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. No, Back to School, maybe I need to see it as an adult. It was one of those movies that we'd had recorded on VHS,
Sure.
off of cable, so we played it all the time. I just remember the goofy-ass dive at the end of that, where it's just obviously these insert shots of Dangerfield just going, yeah,
Right.
not diving, but...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, the triple Lindy, which I almost made reference to when they were jumping the ski slopes, because there was a perfect triple
Yeah.
flip he did, and I was like, oh, he just did triple Lindy. But Yeah.
I just
don't
love that Ned Beatty's character is named Dean Martin.
Yes,
it's the
yes.
funniest thing to me.
And also,
I laugh at that.
and the only thing that ever happens is just occasionally he goes. That's
That's the best kind of joke. It's like, it's super funny, but just one character just.
Anyway,
Yeah. And Robert Downey Jr.'s in that, right?
he is.
Yeah.
he is.
Looking weird. Looking very young, wearing a lot of eye makeup for some reason.
His hair and makeup changes every
Yeah.
scene. He
Yeah.
becomes a different 80s caricature. If he's Flock of Seagulls to The Cure to everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you want to talk about your movie, or do you have anything to say about it?
No.
All right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, cool.
No, I mean,
Well, if you don't have an opinion, if it's just like,
I mean, I watched a heist movie. It was surprisingly enjoyable.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's called The Art of the Steal, and it has Kurt Russell in it, and Jay Baruchel and Jason Jones. Comedies Jason Jones.
Oh, okay.
He's on the Daily Show. From
Oh,
time
right,
to
right,
time.
right.
Oh, okay.
And Terrence Stamp. And that doesn't sound like the cast for a really good heist movie. And it's
like the
not.
cast
It's
for something.
It's a cast for a surprisingly good heist movie. It's
Okay.
just it's surprisingly slightly above average.
I think
Box
a
quote.
wacky cast can make a good heist movie. I mean,
It can.
think of Sneakers. When you
Yeah.
look at that on paper, it's like, wait, Robert Redford and Dan Aykroyd,
Sidney
Sidney
Poitier.
and River Phoenix, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's like, the hell?
Yes, exactly.
There's some good gags, and there's some fairly good acting, and there's some decent shots. There's a running gag where they keep asking Jay Baruchel's character to just walk away. They're like, "Hey, Francie, walk away for a minute," and it just 10 times throughout the movie. But
Is it a comedy?
It's kind of a comedy. It's like a comedy heist movie.
Okay.
It's not super funny, like they're not really going for a whole shitload of jokes, but it is fairly lighthearted, and there are some actual jokes in it.
So better than Tower Heist.
I haven't seen Tower Heist.
Well, if you saw a preview for Tower Heist,
You saw Tower Heist.
Heist.
pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's
Yes.
got some good.
as he says.
It's got some good. How to describe it? There's a couple twisty type things that if you pay attention you'll pick it up early. But it's fun stuff. I think it's on Netflix.
I was going to say, is this available?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It came out in 2013 or something like that. It's fairly recent.
Yeah. It's one of those movies that looks like it was made for Redbox somehow.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's better than a made for Redbox movie should be,
Fair enough.
So
It's got Kurt Russell.
yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing to put on if I don't even know when to describe to put on this movie, because there are tons of better movies that you should watch.
Okay.
But if you run out
After
of those,
you watch those,
after you
watch
watch
The
the
Art
Art
of the Steal.
or if you need something to not be too seriously committed to,
I like heist movies, so
Yeah.
I mean, I immediately just become interested by you telling me that, and I didn't know this
Yeah.
existed. So I even watched Tower Heist,
Yeah.
because
It's a heist
it has
movie.
heist in the title.
Heist.
right. This is called The Art of the Steal,
Okay,
and it's about stealing art.
okay.
There you go. Kurt Russell plays a driver, come stuntman, come driver called Crunch Calhoun.
You should have led with that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me start over. In The Art of the Steal, this movie that I watched,
No, I think
Kurt Russell
I think we're done
plays-
here. I got to go. There's stealing of art.
Kurt Russell plays getaway driver,
Uh-huh.
come stuntman, come driver, Crunch Calhoun.
Sold. I will
Yeah.
watch this immediately.
It also features Jay Baruchel,
I don't even need any more of this.
Jason Jones,
Nope.
and Terrence Stamp.
Oh, I like
Yes.
him. He was good in the Clockwork Orange.
Yes, he was.
I preferred him as a villain in Tank Girl,
Yeah, that was a good role.
but I mean, it was unfair that he was not able to become War Machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I really
Yeah, they
liked
took
it.
him out of that.
I couldn't remember the name of that show that he's on right now.
Empire.
Empire. There you go.
Terrence Stamp is
Stamp
Empire.
is Empire. I like him as Empire in the TV show Empire.
Yes, he plays a good Empire.
As Johnny Empire in the show Empire.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's wrap this shit up.
All right. How about we get some contact information?
Okay, BMFcast.com is the website. You can send emails to bmf@bmfcast.com. While you're on that previously mentioned website, there's a series of buttons on the right-hand side that will take you to all of our social spaces. Social spaces.
Judicial system.
Judicial system. Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of crap. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe, rate, review. Reviews help us out a lot, so we appreciate when you drop a couple of those hot reviews on us.
We are going to be we'll at least be notable one day.
We'll be new and notable one day.
One day.
One day.
Notable.
Very notable.
Maybe after 400 or 500 episodes.
Take note.
We're not giving up hope yet.
Unlike other podcasts who put out 2 episodes and are immediately up at the top.
Yep.
So.
That's all?
No, it's not all. Of course not. Give us a call on the Garfield phone.
Yeah.
The BMFcast hotline, 9105-DUCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. If we didn't read your email or listen to your voicemail this week, it is because we didn't. So check in next week. We'll probably read them when Mackie is back because we make him do those things, even though I can now read them on my phone, and I've read all your emails, and they were wonderful.
Well. That
all of these things, yes.
makes sense, yes.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
We shall.
I am Harlow.
Maggie's dead. I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck. Mackie's not dead.
And this is BMFcast out. Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
We've killed Mackie like 18 times.
I know.
Bye, 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 bye,
That's it is good joke for me, to me.
Now is the bye-bye song. Now is the bye-bye song.
What the fuck are you doing, Cat?
She's been sitting there for like 15 minutes.
Hi, cat. You can make noise now.
Make noise.
Meow meow.
Come here.
Show's over.
Come here, kitty.
No, she's so mad.
You're a good cat. Yes, you are.
Come here. Be on the internet. That's how we get hits and become notable.
Oh, yeah,
come
that's
be
right.
funny. Do something funny, Cat.
No, you're going the wrong way.
No, Cat. Come here.
That's how a cat... Because that is how a kitty cat do.
Come back.
If you want to see the Banff Cat,
Yes.
I posted a picture of Banff Cat on my Twitter, twitter.com/palerabbit.
Plug.
Tweeter.com.
Tweeter.
Twitter.com/palerabbit.
All right, everybody. We are going to hang up now.
No, you hang up.
Oh, yeah, look at that cat. Look at that cat.
Look at
Ski
the
school.
cat.
Yeah.
Should frame a little bit more. Should have got a little bit more butt in there, and then like we get
I
all,
was
we get
trying
all
to
the
just
hits.
get a little slice of
A
our
little
life.
slice of butt?
Yeah, slice of butt.
Slice of butt.
Slice of butt.
That's pretty much my family. It's on my family crest. Just trying to get a little slice of butt. Yeah,
I thought it was just slice of
I mean,
butt.
it's in Latin. To be fair, it sounds a lot better in the
Echo
Latin.
sliccio butt doc.
Yeah,
Hang on.
a slice of the butt. Yeah, the gluteus maximus.
I got to see that in actual Latin. English. Yes, I do.
Well, that's second. Well, I guess I don't know. It's the muscle gluteus maximus.
I'm going to pronounce this all sorts of wrong.
Cool. Do that.
Little slice of butt. Oh no, I can have the internet read it to me.
Oh, are you?
Oh, hey, also, real quick, are we still on the air?
We are.
We have 799 Twitter followers. So if one of you watching the live stream,
Is number 800?
we will love you forever.
That's a good promise there, Chuck.
I don't have a prize.
Oh.
I don't have a budget for that. So go be number 800 and you'll be awesome. And we'll retweet you.
Go be number 800 and tell 200 of your friends, because
1,000 would be dope,
yeah.
you guys.
Is that Latin? Latin?
That lady spoke Latin. It's a dead language.
Yeah.
She had a stroke.
Sounds like the Mars Attacks aliens.
It sounds like what's that word they say on Game of Thrones? Like I don't fear death.
No, Valor Morghulis?
Yeah.
That means all men must die.
Oh, is that what it means? Whatever.
Show hates men.
What show hates men?
Paolo parum natibus.
Show
That's
says
a little slice of buttocks.
Show.
Oh my god!
I'm just
What
reading.
internet are you on?
I'm on the internet of hate.
Get off that internet, Chuck.
That's also the internet.
Yeah.
Have you not heard of the mute button?
I mute every fucker who starts that shit, but for everyone I mute, 2 of them show up.
Oh, Hail Hydra.
Yep. Come on now, we're still at $7.99, everybody. Come on, just we just need one more of
We're
you.
staying on the air until we get 800.
Oh Jesus, I'm not doing a telethon. Fuck this.
It's a Twitterthon.
You will get the tote bag. You
Yeah.
will get.
We will print out and send you this picture of Sonny Bono signed by Mackie when he's back from the farm.
And all you have to do.
None of that is true because that's dumb.
One of you just has to follow us on Twitter. You will get the tote bag.
Yeah, it's not live. You do need to refresh periodically. Because when it happens, it's not just going to go.
did
It's
just
not
a
like
second ago.
balloons are going to come up on the screen and go. Well,
If you could get John Cena to follow us on Twitter right now,
I will send you like
I will buy you a tote bag
I will
of your choice.
my DVD collection. I will give you my DVD collection, all of it. I will mail it to you.
There you go. There's your
Wow.
challenge, internet.
If you get John Cena to follow us on Twitter,
That's right.
my DVD collection is yours.
Hashtag get John
Do you
Cena
think
to
I'm
follow
kidding?
BMFcast.
You think this is like a joke, like something like what? Why would I want that?
Oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
he's busting it out.
You
Watch
see them
this.
toes?
Those gray bins behind me are all DVDs. They're even packed up and ready to ship John Cena. I am calling you out, John Cena. You follow us on Twitter and get some buy some DVDs. John Cena.
Jesus Christ.
Come on now. All we're really saying is
Sorry,
get John Cena to follow us.
I don't know what happened there.
tumblr.com.
I apologize.
WrestleMania happened.
Listen here, Arlo. You may be our friends.
I tell you what, I got the evil inside of me.
So that's a challenge for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Good
This
luck with
episode
that.
brought to you by methamphetamines.
Yes, and my apologies for your speakers.
And brought to you by Harlow's Apologies.
Yes.
Come on now. We're still at $7.99, you guys.
You'll get an email. Or I'll get an email.
Somebody will get an email.
Someone.
There
somewhere.
might be email somewhere.
Send us an email.
Anyway,
All right.
signing off. And John Cena follows us.
What?
Welcome, Mr. Cena.
I'm not buying you a fucking tote bag.
Buy me a tote bag, piece of shit.